I know a lot of you struggle with hating studying, yet wanting to get straight A's. This is such a common problem, and one that I used to deal with myself. But I've developed a system that has allowed me to not only get straight A's, but to actually enjoy the process of studying and learning. But the reality is, if you want to achieve academic excellence, studying is non-negotiable. In this video, I'm going to share with you my top tips and strategies for hating studying less and getting those straight A's. Sound good? All right, let's dive in. The first and most important step is to shift your mindset around studying. Instead of viewing it as a chore or punishment, try to reframe it as an opportunity. See, the reason a lot of people hate studying is that they associate it with negative emotions like boredom, stress, and frustration. But what if you could turn that around and start to actually enjoy the process? The key is to focus on the benefits and the reasons why you're doing it in the first place. When you take the time to study and really learn the material, you're not just memorizing facts, you're expanding your knowledge, developing critical thinking skills, and setting yourself up for long-term success. Studying isn't just about getting good grades, it's about becoming a more well-rounded, intelligent, and capable person. Once you start to internalize that, studying becomes a lot less of a chore and a lot more of an opportunity. Another important mindset shift is to stop seeing studying as a pass-fail endeavor. A lot of students put so much pressure on themselves to ace every single exam, and when they inevitably stumble, they get demoralized and give up. Instead, try to view studying as a continuous learning process. Every time you sit down to study, your goal shouldn't be perfection, it should be improvement. Ask yourself, what can I do a little bit better today than I did yesterday? Even the smallest incremental gains add up over time, and before you know it, you'll be crushing it in your classes. All right, now that we've covered the mindset piece, let's talk about some specific strategies and tactics you can use to make studying more enjoyable and effective. The first thing I recommend is to find ways to make studying more engaging and interactive. Sitting passively and reading through textbooks or lecture slides is a surefire way to get bored out of your mind. Instead, try incorporating active learning techniques like creating mind maps or visual outlines to organize the information, explaining the concepts out loud to yourself or a friend, turning the material into a game or quiz, finding creative ways to apply what you're learning to the real world. The key is to get your brain actively involved in the learning process rather than just passively absorbing information. When you engage multiple senses and learning modalities, it becomes a lot easier to stay focused and retain the information. Another great tip is to incorporate movement and physical activity into your studying. Numerous studies have shown that exercise can actually boost cognitive function and improve academic performance. So try to get up and move around while you study, even if it's just pacing back and forth or doing some light stretching. You could also try studying with a friend or in a group. Collaborative learning has been shown to be incredibly effective as you can bounce ideas off of each other, quiz one another, and keep each other accountable. Just make sure you're actually staying on task and not just socializing the whole time. And speaking of accountability, that brings me to my next point. Having a solid study, routine, and schedule. One of the biggest reasons students struggle with studying is because they're inconsistent and lack structure. They'll cram the night before a test, but then go weeks without cracking open a book. Instead, I recommend setting aside a specific time each day to study, even if it's just 30 minutes. Make it a non-negotiable part of your routine, like brushing your teeth or eating breakfast. And don't just wing it. Create a detailed study plan that outlines exactly what you're going to work on and for how long. This will help you stay focused and on track. Now, I know what you're thinking. Okay, but What if I still just can't seem to focus or stay motivated? Well, that's where the power of reward systems comes in. Humans are wired to respond to positive reinforcement, so try incorporating small rewards into your studying. For example, maybe you set a goal to study for an hour, and then you get to take a 15-minute break to scroll through social media or watch a funny YouTube video. Or maybe you treat yourself to your favorite snack or coffee after a particularly productive study session. The key is to find rewards that genuinely excite you and use them to your advantage. Another great motivational tool is to create a vision board or set concrete goals for yourself. Whenever you're feeling uninspired or like you just don't want to study, look at that vision board or remind yourself of those goals. Visualize yourself achieving them, and let that be the fuel that keeps you going. And speaking of fuel, don't forget the importance of taking care of your physical and mental health. Studying can be mentally taxing, so make sure you're getting enough sleep, eating nutritious foods, and taking regular breaks. Burnout is a real thing, and it can severely impact your academic performance. Try to build in time for relaxation and self-care. Whether that's going for a walk, practicing meditation, or simply taking a power nap, your brain needs that downtime to recharge and process all the information you're taking in. Implement these strategies, and I guarantee you'll start to see a shift in your mindset and your academic performance. Don't forget to subscribe for more study and productivity hacks.